The Rebecca Nurse Homestead is located at 149 Pine Street in Danvers. Built around 1678, the 27 acres left of what was originally 300 is the only home of a person executed in the trials open to the public. The property was first purchased by Francis Nurse, who then built the house for him and his wife. Francis's wife was the most notable resident to ever live here. Rebecca was a very likable member of the community with a spotless reputation. Most of her time was spent tending to her 8 children and caring for her cherished garden. Rebecca is well known for her involvement in the Salem witch trials. At the age of 71, Rebecca was accused of witchcraft and served with a warrant on March 23, 1692. Ann Putnam and a fellow accuser, Abigail Williams, claimed Rebecca had tortured them and asked them to sign the Devil's Book at her actual trial on June 29th. During the trials, a victim's word was accepted without argument due to the accusation of them having a special power. Rebecca's trial specifically was chaotic because she was at first judged innocent, but then her accusers began screaming and saying that her ghost was trying to kill them. The jurors and Governor Phipps heard this and granted Rebecca a stay of execution until they could reach a final decision. On July 19th, their verdict was changed to guilty and Rebecca was hanged. Soon after, Governor Phipps put an end to the trials. The accusers looked like fools or liars and had taken to accusing the colony's most respected citizens. The whole community had come to the realization that most of the accusers were young girls looking to draw attention to themselves. Also located on the property is the Nurse family cemetery. It's said that after the execution, Rebecca's son and husband retrieved her body and secretly buried it in the cemetery, where it would have been properly decomposed had Rebecca died of natural causes. The Nurse family cemetery is the only known burial site of anyone accused of witchcraft during the Salem trials. In 1695, after Rebecca's husband, Francis, had passed, their son Samuel inherited the property and took care of it. Later, when Francis Nurse, Rebecca's great-grandson, occupied the home, he marched to the Battle of Lexington and Concord as an officer in the local Danvers militia. Benjamin Nurse was the last formal Nurse family member to live here after he sold the land to Phineas Putnam in 1784. Overall, there was 7 generations of Nurse and Putnam descendants to own the Rebecca Nurse homestead. Back in the 1670s, when the house was believed to be built, the 2-story structure was considered a mansion. Since then, the house has undergone a few additions and restorations. An extension was added in 1850, along with a kitchen constructed sometime in the 1900s. Today, included on the property are the original garden, 2 rooms on the ground floor, 2 rooms on the second floor, and a central chimney. The lean-to kitchen that was added in 1720 remains behind the older structure with its own smaller chimney. The house still contains its original beams, wall, and flooring, but otherwise has been restored to keep the structure and business up and running. In 1908, the property was given over to the Rebecca Nurse Memorial Association. 1 year later, it was historically restored by Joseph Everett Chandler, who also worked on restoring other historical sites, such as the Paul Revere House and the House of Seven Gables. Since purchasing the site in 1981, the Danvers Alarm Company has built a reconstruction of the earliest Salem Village meeting house on the property, which is now open to the public just like the rest of the site. The grounds further include the nurse graveyard, a shoemaker's shed, and a dairy shed. Today, the property is still owned and maintained by the Danvers Alarm Company.